Definition of integrity. Noun. 1. Wholeness, entireness, unbroken state. It's from the Noah Webster's 1828 dictionary. Getting coaching is about finding the broken parts, the missing parts of your personal life and your business. Continuing to get new ideas and have new experiences. This is what builds your integrity. This is what the practice of integrity is. Peace. Travis Sotawell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. I'm going to close out this week continuing with the concept of integrity as it relates to our character. Character being the part of our Pure Sound method of our lifestyle design. So building character, having character instead of being a character. Especially this online education, just the online game period. That's really what I think most adults have an aversion to, are people that have become characters. Now, when it comes to advertising, reaching out to people, we all are creating a character for the market. That is what marketing is. We're creating a character to relate to the character, which is our customer. And we have this presentation, so to speak, to the public. Our extroverted selves. Not any one part is who we are as a whole person. So that's where the integrity piece comes in. And depending on who you are, you're going to have different capacity for that, a different philosophy behind that. You have that right. And before I was here right now, I was going through all of my different talents. So when I got sober, after I was sober for a while, it's just, what am I going to do with myself? And I made a decision, right? And I committed to exhausting the possibilities, which, to be specific, it was, how can I really go through all the talents I have and say, I tried all these things. So I've always been, charismatic. I can talk okay. Still need to work on communicating. As an aside, what's coming to mind, I'm wrapping up Carl Jung's Psychological Types. And it was talking about how, it was the last introverted intuition. And I'm talking about that cognitive function, which we nickname perspectives. And how, basically, just to summarize, Carl Jung was talking about how this cognitive function has perspectives but can't communicate. So that has been, definitely, I've experienced that in my life. But I suppose I could communicate but not communicate my idea. Not be able to communicate my true gifting, what I've been given. Vision, information. I could communicate, for instance, jokes. I did stand-up, open mic stand-up for years. I would say for those who know, I had developed my process. I knew how I created material to get on stage with and test it out. So I was that far along, and I made a decision I was going to go in deeper. But where I stopped was that I was going to move closer. I didn't want to move to New York. Well, I wanted to move closer to New York, just closer to bigger cities. And I put it on whether I could get a job transfer and certain things falling in place. And that just didn't happen. It didn't fall in place very naturally. And I was already questioning whether or not I should continue down the road of stand-up, because I love stand-up, love being on stage, love talking into a microphone. If you ain't know, now you know. However, the business of entertainment, the business of comedy, I already disliked, even being at a small level, quote unquote, in Lincoln, Nebraska. And that when it comes to, I don't say all businesses, but certain businesses, they just got gatekeepers at every level. I'm just like, man, you got gatekeepers at the open mic Lincoln, Nebraska level. I'm just like, is this the business I want to be in? Other thing I did was I was in a funk band. So that was another talent I worked through. Very fun. I think I would love to do that, not have to focus on money. To do these things and not have to focus on money. A lot of people go that route. Not everybody's going to make it big in entertainment. To bring it back, talking about building character instead of being a character. And then now with YouTube. That's really where, before my purpose found me, that's what I was looking into as the next thing to try out. I was going to try out YouTube. But I didn't have skill. I didn't have knowledge. I had a life experience and I had philosophy behind that. I was going to go into like entertainment reviews, maybe do reaction videos. There was a lot about that I was like, I don't like this game, how I'm seeing it from the perspective of a viewer. Like there's a lot of stuff that's goofy about it. So I was trying to work that out. Along with, at this time, I was also building the food service business. So that's where, again, I had taken my idea of gotta make some money. I don't just want to have one thing, so to speak, and just be dependent on something like a YouTube channel. Because this is where it goes into what we're talking about today of building character as opposed to being a character. And now what I see, especially with younger people that get into the YouTube game, is that however you make money is how you're going to try to always make money. It's very hard to pivot. Even now, and realize until moving into entrepreneurship and definitely not doing a manual labor type thing in this online education, as opposed to food service is still manual labor. I want to get up to management. You want to be having people working for you, but cooking is a manual labor exercise. And I've been doing that for years at a job. So that was more of, I understood the ins and outs of that. Come in, do the work. Online education, it's just a different animal. Different pivot especially for me, as I said, because I've been doing something else for years. So it has taken a while to adjust to what actually needs to be done day in and day out. And what I've seen with especially younger people that's gotten into the entertainment game, specifically YouTube, is that they probably started out just doing it for fun because they had a passion about something. They had a passion about entertainment, anime, manga. Shout outs to the One Piece. They got a passion for video games. People that stream video games have passion for movies, shows, right? Doing reviews, doing reactions. But if you begin to make some money, you get some traction, all of a sudden you start doing anything to keep that revenue coming in. So this is why you see people doing any and everything, especially if your whole thing is you're providing an emotion. And the nature of emotions is, the familiarity and the length of time. You have to be more sensational. You have to do more over the top things to get a reaction out of people, to get people to react. So this is the nature of the entertainment business. That's why timing is very important. Talk about with jokes and being on stage, the timing to a joke is everything. Well, if we could pull out another skill I have of my personality type, introverted intuition, and that there's a timing to the bigger picture. There's a bigger timing to interacting with your market that you may need to pull back and give your market time so they don't have access to you all the time. Which, as I'm saying that, I've definitely so far just been thinking about, okay, does Pure Sound Daily Business need to be Pure Sound Weekly Business? Maybe. But that's what we'll assess as the experiment continues to go forward. First, we need to really make a push, get you listening. Whenever you're listening to this, as we're still low with the listening, and we'll make adjustments as we need to. Because we have an intention. We're trying to do something here. And it's not how I feel about creating the content I'm putting out. It's about the value I'm bringing and aligning that to the end of the day. The intention is to bring value to you. It's to bring value to people. If people aren't finding it valuable, I need to make the adjustment. So again, the wholeness, the whole piece, our whole character that we're building with intention and integrity. Again, ending off our week with, are we doing every day? Are we knowing where we're at? And asking ourselves, where do we want to be? What do we want to do? And then having enough integrity to say, based on that, based on what I said, based on me saying this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be, am I doing what I need to do to get there? That's integrity. If you're doing it, keep on doing it. If you're not, make the adjustments, make the pivots. Realign yourself so we can get there together. Travis Odewell, it's Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.